It's the way it always is.
You know the reason why that happens. Okay. Does that work?
You have an awesome voice.
Thank you. Well, you just think that because you're used to my voice being like this. I think it needs to be a little taller. Get that box right there.
Mine's actually perfect. This worked out really well.
You notice I haven't brought my computer out.
I've noticed, and I was going to ask you to make a show page
Nervous
because.
now?
Why would I be nervous?
It's like, why isn't Lyle bringing his computer out?
No, I was nervous thinking of running the show with Miles.
I imagine that would be pretty nerve-wracking. We're not endorsing DeWalt, though. No. The reason I hadn't brought my computer out, Brian, because I wanted to be on mic when I did it.
Oh, you've got the... Are you recording?
I am. I've got the new... So first off, here's the new MacBook Pro. It's a 15-inch. It's fully stocked. I didn't get the 2 terabyte drive. I got the 1 terabyte drive. So it's got a 1 terabyte SSD.
Wait. Why would you do that? You know how storage works.
Because Netflix paid for this. And part of freedom and responsibility is making sure that we don't do things that aren't for the company's good with company
Wait a second,
money.
you work at a company that does video.
Yes, but I don't do video for the company. And
wait, you can now download video.
It's true, but you can't download on a Mac. You can download on the
You
phone.
can't download on the simulator.
No. Well,
there's
yes,
your reason.
I could.
You needed 2 terabytes to be able to download.
No. The freedom and responsibility is not about trying to break the rules. The freedom and responsibility is trying to be responsible. So from a responsible perspective,
yes.
My old laptop had a terabyte, and so I just was like, well, I'm not out of space, so it's fine.
From a responsible perspective, considering you'd have to throw the thing away when you needed 2 terabytes, you should have gotten it up front.
Okay, you do research on how much they're charging a 2 terabyte versus a terabyte. That's the reason. It's a lot more money.
Okay.
And I almost did it, and I have to say that after it took like 2 months for this thing to get to me, because the way that we were purchasing it was slower than most, I really wanted that 2 terabyte at that point. I was like, why didn't I do that? I also didn't max out the graphics card because, again, I don't need a high graphics card. Yeah. I maxed the processor because we're doing compiling all the time, and that's necessary.
Yeah, you don't need the...
So this is the new computer, and feel it. Feel how light it is.
Okay.
It's thinner than yours. Here's a 15 as well. What year is yours?
This is the previous generation. So
it's almost as thin as
I was going to say, with the lid down, it's almost as thin. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at.
Is it locked? Is it powered?
No, it's starting up now.
Yeah, there's no.
There it is.
Yeah, there's no power button. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I know where it is.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's a physical button.
It is the thumb button.
Oh, they totally did it with the arrow keys.
I actually kind of like the arrow keys the way they are. I'm not disappointed with them. I should be doing the camera.
Use your thumb.
What's that?
Give me your thumbs.
You need me to unlock it? I think it's this one. So I'm
Contortion it here.
Man, using all the mics is hard. Okay, so yeah. It's not actually telling me that I can use my thumb. It only tells you right there, so I don't think it's going to work. Yeah. So this is the hard drive unlock. The hard drive's encrypted.
Yeah.
And so this is the actual just unlocking the hard drive itself. Can you move this video away from my fingers?
It's only 8 characters?
I can see me editing the film. Okay, so now look at the camera screen. Can you see it? Can you see that? Over here.
Ooh.
See how it says touch to unlock?
Why did it disappear? Did you upgrade it to the 10.12.2?
I believe I did.
There was a ton of bugs that came with 10.12.1.
I have 10.12.2.
Yes. Now, which version of 10.12.2 do you have?
Are you serious? There's multiple versions of 10.12.2?
There's multiple versions of both 10.12.1 and 12.
How could that be the case?
Build numbers. So option click on the version.
16C67.
67. Yeah, so that's the more recent version of the two.
Okay. Well, to be fair, I spent 2 days getting my machine ready. I haven't done a lot of work on it because it takes a lot of time. I did edit the last Geek Speak on this machine. So
you don't just copy over the drive?
No, not in this situation like this. I did that last time. Every other machine. Yeah. So this is my 3rd machine in 3 years at Netflix. I get basically 1 a year. What the staff at Netflix has said is that they really want us to make sure that our data is backed up successfully. The backup solution that they've provided for us is Google Drive. So we really want all of our documents on Google Drive, and the best way to do that is on your old machine, put everything that you want to move over onto Google Drive, and on your new machine, turn on Google Drive.
And if something's missing, you know you didn't do it right.
Right. Now, this works for a lot of staff at Netflix. It does not actually work for developers because I don't want my Git repo in Google Drive.
But you have a in-house Git
Right.
service, right?
Right. We use Stash from Atlassian. And Atlassian Stash is, it's kind of like a GitHub.
Yeah.
And so I have a private fork of every repo I work on, and actually some I don't on my own, and I don't merge it to anybody's root. So like, it's just like Git.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean GitHub?
GitHub. We have a clicking sound. It could just be the headphones. Do you have a phone on your pocket?
I do. That's exactly what it
It
is.
sounded like a phone.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? We used to know modem sounds. Now we know cellular
Reconnect
interference sounds.
Yeah. So the policy was that. So, but what I do with my Git repos, I did move all my code. I have a folder called code in my root, and that has all my projects. And I moved that entire thing because it made more sense than going through every repo and making sure that any experimental playground thing I didn't push to Stash. So that doesn't have a copy, meaning if the hard drive dies, I do lose all that data. So my new policy in general for myself as an employee is to, because of freedom and responsibility, is just to push any little playground stuff, always push it up to Stash. And that way there's a copy of it even if my machine goes away.